Good evening, good evening, good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels, and I'm running behind usual schedule, so we're going to go through this pretty quick this evening. Now, the usual disclaimers. First off, you are going to see the link to this report right there in the description box, alongside the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, sign your name, click on your senator, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Now, folks, when we talk about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips or surveillance footage of peoples with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones, all right? Right, it is 5:02. I am exhausted, so if I stumble over any of my words, my apologies in advance. Now to where we left off. Remember, we're going back in time to 1979, and this was a report done on the location out in Rhode Island by the New York State Department of Education. So let's go back to where we were. Student characteristics. At the present time, remember JRC was once known as BRI. At the present time, BRI serves 16 clients whose families reside in New York State. One client is a private student, a young adult whose parents are paying the tuition costs independently. Oh my God, they paid for their kid to get abused. Fucking God. The remaining 15 youngsters are enrolled under the auspices of New York State agencies. The November report indicates a total of 14 New York students. The additional student represents one child who was admitted to the program after the November site visit. Most of these youngsters exhibit serious behavioral disorders with documented histories of aggressive, destructive, self-abusive, dangerous, or severely inappropriate behaviors. Remember, this is 1979, folks, so a lot of the crap that they're mentioning here, aggressive, destructive, self-abusive, dangerous, they're talking about things that come from meltdowns because we live in a world with you fucking people. Yeah, I said it. I'll say it again. A review of the educational histories of the youngsters shows that they may have been in a variety of residential settings in the past: residential treatment centers for the emotionally disturbed, private schools or developmental centers for the mentally retarded, and programs for the autistic or neurologically impaired, all of which like to cram the very, very debunked ABA. And you wonder why it didn't work, stick and carrot. I'm basically going to use a system that was based off of Pavlov and expect to work on a human being. Yeah. Stellar programs there, Karen. Perhaps the most remarkable feature of their educational histories is the number of prior schools that individual children have attended and the number of other programs which have refused to accept them as students. Oh yes, it's time to victim blame. Fabulous. Several students were only recently transferred to BRI, with the most recent admissions in October and December of 1978. Individual student psychological and academic evaluation were completed with each child. They give evidence of severely handicapped youngsters. Tests were administered without reward or punishment. Many students demonstrated that they would not participate without the use of a continuous reward system, and several reverted quickly to the inappropriate behaviors when they discovered that punishment would not be applied. See, when you put a child under stick and carrot system their entire fucking lives and then suddenly take that away, you ever hear that autistic people, we don't like changes all that much? Yeah, treat a child like a dog long enough, guess what happens? How about if you would treat the child as a human being in the fucking first place, then maybe guess what? Oh, but we can't have logic enter the chat now, can we? Sorry, folks. Notably, one child who had been evaluated only a year earlier by the same psychologist seemed unable to perform the same cognitive level as he had previously. He had no longer performed such simple tasks as matching colors and appeared inattentive to the external environment. I wonder why. See, when a child, especially an autistic child, is put in the fucking hellscape that is JRC, there's this thing that's called regression inside autism. We call it autism burnout, folks. And basically, what autism burnout is when you have been so emotionally, sensory wise, and psychologically fucking traumatized, damaged, or stressed the fuck out that you burn out. Burnout causes regression. You lose skills. I know this because it's happened to me. See, my autism, my PTSD, they're very closely linked. I had a burnout in my teenage years. I had to literally re potty train myself. That was how far I had regressed back. Burnout is a thing. It doesn't mean that the cognitive ability is no longer there. It means we have shut the fuck down. These events, like autism burnout, happen all the more frequently and noticeably when left in a hellscape like this school. So, just explaining that. Physical facilities. The BRI school facility is a rented two-story brick building which is located on the property of a Roman Catholic parish. The school formerly served as a parochial grammar school. So we've already heard about this. We've heard about Rhode Island before. We may have gone over this report, but it bears to go over it again. The school is located in a residential neighborhood of Providence and is generally in good repair. The front hallway is a spacious, carpeted area which serves as an office for some of the clerical staff. The upper level is almost entirely used by professional and clerical staff for office space and meeting areas, with one classroom for the most advanced students. No New York State students participate in that classroom. The lower level of the school is predominantly program space. There are 5 classrooms on this floor with accommodations ranging from carpeted, nicely decorated rooms to areas that are reconverted gymnasium space with hardwood floors and high-set windows. The classrooms offer ample program space. They are uniformly furnished, have one teacher's desk, and a number of long tables and chairs for students, or individual student desks and chairs. Most classrooms have shelf space and are equipped with a variety of manipulative materials. The rooms are decorated for the holidays. All shades were open, which permitted natural lighting. So let me tell you something, folks, about sensory. Guess what? Brightly lit colors can cause extreme sensory issues with people with autism. I don't have that particular issue, but I have met many of my fellows that do. So you're getting put in a hellscape where people are abusing you, plus you get sensory overload. But no, it's all the students' fault. Thank you, 1979. Also on the lower level is a bathroom area which has a number of toilets, sinks, and a shower stall to accommodate the aversive technique known as the cold shower. Yeah, fucking psychopaths. A food preparation area is also found on the lower level. The 5 group homes in which the children reside are all located in Massachusetts. 3 of these are modern ranch-type homes within suburban residential communities in Attleboro, Massachusetts. 2 are within the same residential development. The 3 homes are basically the same style: a raised ranch with a living room, a dining room, a complete kitchen, bathroom facilities, and 3 bedrooms. The furnishings and decorations are very attractive, with the exception of the dining room area, which is furnished with a long folding table and chairs. Sorry, folks, allergy season is here. One second. Duplicates of furniture in the school. This institution-type furniture does not lend itself to the environment of the home. The dining room serves as the primary area for carrying out the behavior modification program in the residences. Gee, that's going to make me want to sit there and eat. The fourth group home is in Secaucus, Massachusetts, in an older two-story house, also located in a suburban residential area. This home is not as well maintained or as nicely furnished as the other homes. Nonetheless, it appears to be adequate. This particular home has a kitchen, bathroom, a number of bedrooms, both upstairs and down, and a dining room area which is also furnished with institution-type furniture. There is no living room area set up in this home, and there is no television or stereo in evidence. It was not apparent where the children in this home would spend any leisure or free time if given the opportunity. It's because they don't give them leisure time. They have to earn fucking everything. A fifth group home operated by BRI in Rehoboth, Massachusetts, was not visited because none of the New York State children reside there. Okay, we're gonna leave off there. So this is all sounding very familiar. In fact, we may have already gone over this before. But some reports need to take a look at twice, because we're also comparing this here with the freaking train wreck that was the Massachusetts pulling the wool over their eyes in 2006. So it looks like already back in 1979, New York State was doing more due diligence than the state of Massachusetts in 2006. Think about that. And on that note, folks, I'm going to close out for the night. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject, and the few that we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. Do appreciate your time this evening. As always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye.